Hi, good evening. Fantastic to be here. Excellent to be here. Very excited for the next 1 hour.
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like also to introduce our head of diaspora markets, Kasaya. You can say something.
Good evening. I'm not able to put the video right now, but once I arrive, I will. Thank you for joining us. It's gonna be one impactful hour. We trust to have a transformative moment. It's a pleasure to meet you, and this is gonna be one great opportunity and moment. Karibu sana, feel at home. Hapa ni nyumbani. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kasaya. I'd like also to introduce the gentleman who has prayed for us, Nagilai. Nagilai, you can say hi again.
Thank you, Diana. Good evening, all of you. We are happy to be here. And this evening, we are glad that you are here with us. And we are happy that once you join us as Optiven, your life will never be the same again. And thank you for honoring our invite. And we look forward to a great time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nagilai. And I'd also like to say hi to the other Optiven team. I can see we are several. For those who have joined, thank you. And also to Mr. Elijah. I don't know whether he's online. You can say hi.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
For me is to say to everybody, Santeni Sana for joining this forum. It was my brainchild and Mr. Washiori, where he can be engaging with the diaspora people on this forum. And I'd like to thank him for keeping his word. And I hope everybody gonna benefit out of this. Thank you very much. I'm based in the UK, Oxford. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elijah. And thank you also for suggesting this meeting. And James, you can take over. You can tell us more about what Optiven does and why we are here this evening before we also welcome our CEO. You're welcome, James.
Thank you so much, Diana. And I would like to say asante sana to the amazing Kenyans from across the board. But let me say a special thank you to our team leader, creating time to be there. Mr. George Washuri, we really appreciate it. I know today is going to be fire. I can tell, I can feel it, in the spirit I can connect. Something good is loading. Diana Luz, asante sana with Elijah for, coming up with this idea. I know we recently had a trip in the UK, and it's a good thought that we can keep, enlightening and, updating Kenyans in the UK on what is happening. I can see our friend Elmi from Coventry. Asante sana for seeing you there. It's been an amazing moment interacting with you. But I don't want to share too much about what Optiven does. I want us to give our team leader a moment of inspiring us. And then, later on, we can talk about the real estate side and the foundation side. But for now, our hearts are yearning to hear and to download the wisdom of this man of God, this family man, this mentor, a great Kenyan, a man who has been there to inspire possibilities, to change lives, to create millionaires and billionaires in Kenya, imagine. And this evening, let me welcome Mr. George Washiori, our CEO. Mupigie makofi ya nyayo mahali tu huko, alafu tumwambie karibu sana bwana team leader. Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much this evening. We are here as friends. We are here as members of the Optiven family, and I'm very happy to see quite a number of my friends are here. I can see Jamba, who came very early. I think he was almost the top 5. I can see Adrian, asante sana. I can see Jedida, my good friend Genesis. I can see you, Elijah, asante sana for this initiative. And all of us who are here, I can see Rose. And we are here, we'll take about a few minutes, then we can be able to sharpen one another. Someone told me that iron sharpens iron. And my name is George Washiri. I lead a team of Optiven. And other than leading Optiven, I'm also an author. I have authored 3 books. My latest one is called After the Pledge. All the books are available on Amazon. There's Solid Like an Eagle, How to Start Small and Build an Empire. and all the books are available on Amazon. Other than authoring, I'm a mentor. I mentor quite a number of business people, both here in Kenya and across the borders. The other day, I think a week ago, we had a fantastic graduation in Kitengela GMC, Fun Place Kitengela, whereby we had people from the US, people from the UK, people from all over, and they were graduating. We were doing cohort 5 graduation, because the role of an entrepreneur is not to make money. The role of an entrepreneur is to empower other people and add value to other people. And that's why God created us all together. And of course, my passion is to create opportunities for other people. And that's why for us, we say at Optiven, we have a target of creating 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. And by the grace of God, we have been on this journey. Right now, we're talking about 600 people working for the Optiven vision to be the champions of socio-economic transformation. And we have been there for 24 years now. We'll be celebrating our 24 years. Actually, we celebrate our 24 years in August, but we have a celebration in December. And other than doing that, I also lead a foundation, a charity wing for Optiven called Optiven Foundation. And this foundation really excites me. When I was in the UK, you know, I met Elijah there and other people like Pastor Francis there, and you had an event in Coventry, an event in Reading. We went in Oxford, and the people really donated a lot of wheelchairs. I think we recorded almost 40 wheelchairs to support our foundation, because we have a program we call Mobility That Brings a Smile, whereby we give wheelchairs to people with cerebral palsy. And you can be able to find that on our website on the charity wing, www.optivenfoundation.org. But of course, within the foundation, we have other wings whereby we do poverty alleviation, we do things to do with health, and we have quite a number of things we do on sustainable development goals. And you can be able to find that on the charity wing. And we are happy because at the end of the day, Andrew Carnegie said that he will spend his life, half of his life, looking for money or building wealth, and half of his life giving away the wealth that he had built. Now he's no longer there, but his work still lingers. The same with all of us. How many are we? We are about 49 of us. Our responsibility is to ensure that we support others. Our responsibility is to support the community. Our responsibility is to take care of our environment. And of course, about Optiven, I think that's where we help our customers to have their own homes. And we are happy that by the grace of God, for 24 years, we have been there in business. We have been there creating opportunities for others. And of course, they say that the role of business is to ensure that we are adding value to the planet. And today is a very interesting discussion. You know, we were discussing with Elijah on this discussion and how we can be able to exchange ideas. So feel free to type. You can type your thoughts, you can type your question. If time allows, definitely we'll be able to answer a few questions. But if time does not allow, then this is not the last discussions. And of course, I am happy that Nagila is here. You keep check on timing so that we don't exceed 1 hour. You know, we don't exceed 1 hour because we promised that we'll be here for 1 hour. So maybe I need to spare some time for Q&A. And definitely, when we talk about wealth creation and preservation, it's a huge topic. We cannot be able to finish or to finalize the discussions. We can only do the intro, because when someone talk about wealth creation, you know, different people have got different perspectives. There are people who think wealth creation is basically our own health. They say your health, your wealth. When you're not healthy, definitely, even if you are the multi-billionaire, you don't enjoy that wealth. And that's why for all of us, we must take care of ourselves. We must exercise. We must rest. We must take time out, because your health, Genesis, is extremely important. And I'm sure that you understand what I mean. When people talk about, of course, wealth, there are other people who consider that spiritual wealth. How are you? How is your relationship with your maker, the spiritual wealth? Other people talk about peace of mind. Are you comfortable? You know, do you have peace of mind, or you are always looking left, right, and center? Do you have peace of mind? Other people think wealth is network and community wealth, especially those people who do community work. When they see community succeed, they are also very, very happy. However, majority, they say 90% when they hear about wealth, they thought of financial wealth, yani pesa, you know? And of course, that is my discussion. I'll be focusing on financial wealth. I'll leave all the rest to other experts to discuss the health issue, to discuss the spiritual issues, to discuss about networks. So we'll be focusing about creating wealth through financial strategies, and that's why we are here this evening. I had prepared about 14 points that we can discuss, but due to time factor, maybe we'll handle just a few. We cannot finalize them. Otherwise, you'll be here all the way to tomorrow morning. So I'll be able to cover as much as I can, and then we can be able to learn from each other. We can pick from each other, because that's the discussion this evening. That's the mentorship this evening. And where do I start? I think I'll start with a story. You know, a story is told of a very, very hardworking man. You know, and this man was driving a beautiful car. And one day he thought, how can I create wealth? How can I create wealth? Maybe the thing I need to do is to sell this car. And definitely he went out there in the market and they put his car on sale. And for sure, because it was a fabulous, excellent, fantastic car, within a few days, it was bought. And this guy got quite an amount of money. And then he said, for me to feel wealthy, I think I need to buy gold. You know, I buy a gold watch. I go store it somewhere that every morning I just go there and look at it and feel good. And for sure, that is what he did. He went and bought a gold watch. So every morning he was going there and peeping and enjoying the gold watch. And then he goes back his ways. And then there's this curious fellow who wondered, hey, wait a minute, who you move to? Where does he all the time goes to a certain place to check something? What is it? And this crafty guy went there and found it's a very, very expensive gold watch. Nakaishukua. I don't want to say aliiba or he stole it. Akaishukua. So the following morning, the guy went there and there was no that gold watch. The guy was so disturbed. He was even having a headache, depression, stress that his wealth is gone. Then the guy was still watching. And then he went there and told him, instead of getting disturbed, why can't you buy a fake gold watch and continue with your rituals? And that is what the guy did. But the story was that money is a tool. It's not something that you say, I have this number of savings. Money is not a goal. Money is a tool. It is a tool to help you achieve your goals. And somebody told me that if you want to create wealth, this tool called money, you can use it wisely. And there's a formula called SSI formula on how to use money. SSI formula. Or if you like it, those who have done strategy, you can call it SSI strategy on how to use this tool called money. And I'm so sure, Naomi, that's why we are all over the world looking for this medium of exchange. Kaiti, we are all looking for this medium of exchange called money. But what strategy can you use to ensure that you are creating wealth? The SSI strategy. And I want to share with you this strategy. S number one is that you have to save it. You have to develop a formula of saving. Yes, you have to develop a formula of savings. S number two, of course, you cannot save without spending. You have to spend it wisely, you know, and then finally invest it. That's why James Plot is very, very passionate talking about investment. So you save it, you spend, and invest. And as you save it with a goal. The other day, I was seeing some discussion from Jamal, you know, and he's doing very well on this I aspect, investment. You save, and then you invest. You save, you invest. Because at the end of the day, the investment will tell you thank you when you are old. You know, the other day I met a guy in my office, you know, he's about 70 years and coming back to Kenya. And then he was telling me the mistake that he did. And I said, what? Wait a minute. I wish he knew about this SSI strategy. You save, you spend, you invest. This friend of mine did a lot of savings, but most of these savings, because of inflation, the money has no value now. So please, angry, even as you save and invest, because investment keep gaining. They call it capital gain. If you talk about land investment or real estate investment, wow, maybe that's a big topic of another day. Let me now go straight on how to create wealth. Number one, love your job. Oh my goodness, Grace Daniel, love what you do. If you don't love what you do, definitely you'll be very depressed, very stressed, you'll be complaining. And people who complain on a daily basis, there's a level they cannot go. I think nature does not like complainants. It doesn't like it. So love what you do, wherever you are across the world, across the globe. If you are taking care of your employer's assets, please do it as if they are your real asset. Love what you do. And by the way, loving your job does not mean that is only the job you do. You could be doing a job in your own business. That's your job. You could be doing a job for your employer. That's your job. You could be doing your own work, your own business. That is your job. Love what you do. Don't say I'm just hustling here. No. Let me tell you, there is power with our mouth. If you say you are still hustling, let me tell you, you hustle until the cows come home. We have to change the way we state this. We state the statements, because you are talking to yourself. Love your job. That's how to create wealth. And of course, wealth growing is a journey. Wealth growing is a journey. Wealth growing is not instant cash. It is not instant wealth. Instant way of getting wealth quickly. Apana, it takes time. Minaonanga, wealth creation is like a marathon. You go slowly. And as you go slowly, you're making mistakes. Sometimes you mess up completely. Sometimes you say, I think I'm not designed to create wealth. That is part of the journey. It is not instant. It is step by step. It is step by step. So even the time you get challenges, encourage yourself. The time you think you are finished, Rosary, encourage yourself. When you think all is not well, just encourage yourself. Those who have read my story, you know it. I did over 15 businesses that collapsed. I did tours and travel, collapsed. I did water packaging, collapsed. I did car sales, I was auctioned. I did beauty, ikaanguka, 15 of them. And somebody said, every time you fail is a lesson. Pick lessons and then move forward. That's my encouragement, even as you walk this journey of wealth creation and preservation. Number two, for you to create wealth, Genesis Wairimu, for you to create wealth, save large amount of income. The income you are getting, save part of it. There's a formula I have described on my YouTube. I'm a YouTuber myself. And this formula, you can check it out. I call it 70-10-10-10. You can check it out. The people who practice that formula, they write to me, they call me, and they give a testimony that, George, this formula works. 70-10-10-10. You can be able to find it out on my YouTube, George Washuri YouTube. However, talking about saving large amount of income, I know savings is a big discussion. I saw a research that only 15% of the people in the West are saved. And in Africa, only 2% of the people. Hata hawa tuko hapa. Let me see how many people are saving. We are 56 of us. Only 2 to 3% of us who are regular savers. And how can you do? Are there things you can do to force you save? Yes. Automate your savings. Even me had similar challenges, by the way. Until one time I automated my savings. I did a standing order that this 2,000 goes to a particular account. And once, because the time you get your money, and there are so many needs, people are calling you from Kenya. People are calling you from all over. You find that even that money that you're earning is not sufficient. So automate your savings. I think that will really help you. And of course, after you save, maybe 4 months, 5 months, then call James Plot, invest it. Start the journey again. And once you do that, by the end of the day, you'll be able to acquire yourself an investment that can give you residual income or passive income or an income that comes without your effort. And I'll be able to talk to you about various types of incomes in my discussions. And definitely, savings and investment require 3 things. Savings and investment. And by the way, it also applies to me. Savings and investment require 3 things because there are so many of us that if you ask them, hey, for the last 10 years, show me your investment, they have nothing to show. You know, Elijah, you are somebody. For the last 5 years, show me your savings. They can't really show you. So savings and investment require 3 things that I'll share with you that have also helped me a lot. Number 1, discipline. Oh, yes. It requires discipline. Hey, oh my goodness. And when people hear about discipline, those who are older in the platform, you know what discipline means. Ukienda shule umechelewa, what used to happen? You are caned. Nowadays, people are not caned, by the way, you know? So we knew discipline is caning. That means discipline is painful. So sometimes when you save, hey, let me tell you, you feel some pain. Yeah, you know for sure. There is some money somewhere, and maybe you have said it's a fixed account, you cannot get it. You know there's some money somewhere, but you're not able to reach it out. It requires discipline. Number 2, savings and investment requires knowledge. That is why we are here. You require knowledge, you require wisdom, you require to research. Before you put your money at Ocean View Ridge Vipingo, you need to go online. What is happening in the Vipingo? Is there an airport, as Optiven is saying? How far is the airstrip? Is there a Gulf, PG Gulf? Angalia, how far from the ocean? 4.5. Check the facts. You know, you require knowledge. When James tell you about Nanyuki, Great Oasis, where is it 12 minutes? Where is it? You know, knowledge, research. Go to Optiven website, research. Find out who is this fellow called George Washiori, Ninani Huyu, the guy who calls himself a philanthropist. Who is he? A mentor. Who is he? Find his profile. You require knowledge. Where you're putting your resources, where is it? You know, one time, I think I was a funny fellow. You know, I decided to really practice this savings and investment. And this huge discussion on how you can save money and get 10% per month. I think I was not thinking. I put up my 100,000 right there as an investment, and I lost it. And you were many, I think you were about 200 people. So you require knowledge, find out. Number 3, savings and investment. Number 3 requires patience. Oh, yes. Yani, uvumilivu in Swahili, patience. The other day I was dealing with a customer who invested in Success Gardens in Gatanga, you know. And then the customer told me, George, I put 2.95 million in Success Garden Gatanga. And I thought, the time you put solar street lighting, the time Optiven does the roads, you do the perimeter wall, I will set it 4 times. Hai, nikacheka kidogo. Yani, within a year, you multiply by 4. I told him, no, you can't do multiply by 4. You need patience. You need 5 years. You need 10 years for you to maximize the real value. Most of us, we are not patient at all. You want to plant a seed now, tomorrow you harvest. Even if you plant a banana, you cannot harvest banana to eat tomorrow. You need to wait. There's a spirit called the spirit of a farmer. Can you imagine? A farmer goes out there, check at the clouds and say, this season is going to rain. The farmer goes to the farm and plant the seeds and wait for the seeds to germinate. After germination, the farmer goes there to till. After tilling, he waits for the seeds to mature and then he harvests. Most of us, we are like the hunters. You want to go to the forest, find a gazelle, you kill it, angle, you kill it and eat it. Life is not hunting. Life is about behaving like a farmer. You require discipline, you require knowledge, you require patience. The same with investment and savings. You require those 3 things: discipline, knowledge, and patience. Once you do that, I can tell you, I'll meet you in Malindi. You know, there's a property selling in Malindi. We are selling an acre in 14 million in the Malindi town, the Muzaiga of Malindi. I want to meet you there 10 years later in that half an acre with the 4 units and tell me, George, I earn $1 million a month. You know why? You are patient, you are knowledgeable, you've done your research, you know that Malindi is the most loved town in the country now. Okay, you are disciplined, you are sacrificing yourself, and that's how to create wealth. However, there are other people who I call risk averse people. For the risk averse people, they only invest in investment that there's no risk. These are the people who go to the bank and fix their money there. The interest is so low, but the other people who are risk takers, maybe I'll discuss further if time allows. Number 3, how do you create wealth? Remember, I said how to create wealth. Number 1, save large amount of income. Number 2, I talked about loving your job or what you do. Number three, invest. You have to understand investing and speculation. Yeah, investing and speculation. What's the difference between investing and speculation? Okay, when we talk about investing, you are talking about long term. You are talking about putting the savings that you had, buying a property or a building, and you are getting rental income. That's an investment. When we talk about speculating, you are looking at quick profits, quick wins, quickly. You buy a stock and you want to sell it next month. You know, you buy a plot in Malindi, you put it for 5 years, then you sell it. We talk about investment, definitely, they see that depending on your nature, there are people who don't want to speculate. There are other people who want to invest when they are sure that they're going to get returns. And of course, they say that you need to balance the two between investing and speculating. And for balancing, it depends on your personality. There are people who are risk takers. There are others who are not. Let me tell you a story of this guy who is a very serious risk taker. And you know him. This guy, I really admire him. It is a very interesting guy. He's called Elon Musk. You know, this guy is the only man who is charging people fare to go to space. And I'm told there is oversubscription. And going to space is only charging 63 million to a ticket. Kukupereka na kurudisha wewe. Jamal, are you there? 63 million going to the space. But one time he also took a risk. Remember, there's some discussions of Bitcoin, and he said he's going to invest big on Bitcoin. And I was reading some report that in 2021, this guy lost about $14 billion on Bitcoin. 14 billion. Actually, this transaction affected Tesla and also SpaceX. You know, these are his flagships. But can you imagine, the same guy is still innovating. Let us ask ourselves, all of us, do we have that appetite that even after making a miss, you are still thriving? You are still saying, hey, me as Kaiti, I will still continue. Are you still there? And that's a challenge. And for you to create wealth, that is the way to go. Number 4, for you to create wealth, make your own decisions. Oh, yes, make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. Think for yourself. You know, I think nowadays we have a very new, very interesting kind of people. People who do not want to think. They want other people to think for them. The other day, you know, we took a customer to see one of our projects in Nakuru. We call it Ushidi Gardens, Nakuru. It's a project that's about 18 minutes from Nakuru town. And this customer is a friend of mine and told me, George, I have not been to Kenya for a while now. I'm sending my grandma to come and have a look. Then I asked the person, where is the grandma coming from? I was shocked. The grandma was coming from my county, Nyeri. So I knew Nyeri to Nakuru, there are several routes. Then I told the person, give me the number for your grandma. And we were talking. When we were talking, the day came, you know, the lady was going to view the property. The time the lady reached somewhere called Kiawara, akasema, what? It is far. Me, I'm going back. And for sure, the shows went back. She never went to view Ushidi Gardens, Nakuru. Hakwenda. Last month, my friend came and took herself to Nakuru. The time she was taking herself, the price had changed. Remember the time we were starting this property, we were selling at 850. Right now it's 950. And then she was asking me, George, give me the old price. Give me the old price. I said, no. People we give the old price, they are those people who bought faith because you have no titles. To cut a long story short, this friend of mine depended on the grandma to think on her behalf, to make a decision. Let me ask you, many of you, how many opportunities have we lost because we have delegated the thinking to others? Let me tell you, for you to create wealth, you must think yourself, research yourself, make that decision. And we can learn from across. We can learn from the mistakes that we have missed. Even me personally, I have missed many opportunities. I remember one time I was buying a property in Kagudo Road, and I sent a surveyor who told me the valuation for this property is not this much, it is this much. Then I retired for about a week or two, and the property went. Today I go there and see the kind of houses people are setting up. I say, wait a minute. I allowed somebody to think on my behalf. Ask yourself this assignment. How many opportunities have you lost to create wealth because somebody was thinking on your behalf? Definitely it's two-way. Sometimes we have made mistakes because we have also believed people who mislead us. Kenya today and across the world, there are so many scams. And I know many of you, you have been into scams, many scams, many. We must need to be honest. Many scams, ata mimi. This is a scam. This book is about a scam. We were scammed $2 million. We were scammed as an organization. And I documented because I do not want anybody. I do not want Kaiti to be scammed. I do not want Rosalind to be scammed. I do not want Elijah to be scammed. I documented this. These are books that all of you must read. So we have also been misled, you know, and as we do that, we also pick our lessons and learn. Don't live there crying. Usirie, when you are scammed, cry for a while and then think and keep going. That's the way we can create our wealth, your wealth. Number 5, your wealth depends on your action. Oh my goodness. Your wealth depends on your action. Jamal, your wealth in Kenya you are building depends on your action, not others people's action. Your wealth depends on your action. Take action. People discover many things. They hear many things. But taking action, that's where the difference comes in. By the way, the difference between you and the wealthy people is the action they take. Personally, I have made many mistakes. I have taken many actions, some good, some bad. But that does not stop you and me from progressing. But as you take action, always do your maths. Yeah, do your maths. Do your maths. Don't over-delegate. Just do your maths and go forth. That's why I tell people who are in diaspora, when you come to Kenya, create time. Visit your investment. See what you're investing. Don't just trust people. Come. James Plotty, Diana will take you to where you're putting your investment, you know? Elijah, I know you're our good customer. You'll be taken round to see what is happening. That's very important. Number 6, I think my time is really running very fast. Number 6, you are the only one who can create your wealth. You are the only one who can create your wealth. How do you do that? 2 things you can do. Develop your skills. Develop your skills. Develop your skills. Educate yourself. You know, somebody told me a story that most of us, especially in Africa, once we do our degree, our master's, our PhD, that's the end of it. You spend 24 hours. You have not listened to anything educative. You have not done any research. You have not done anything to do with your personal development. And that's how we live. That's how we go down. You need to keep developing yourself. You are the only one who can create your wealth. How do you do it? develop your skills, your presentation skills, your negotiation skills. Develop those skills. Don't just depend on faith only, you know, and prayer only. Somebody was telling us, even if you pray the whole day, you have to take action. You have to do it yourself. You have to do something yourself. That's what God has given you: capacity, the energy capacity, the thinking capacity, the building relationship capacity. You have been given all these capacities, you know. Deuteronomy 8:18, it is God who has given you power to create wealth. So you have already been given power to create wealth. Number 7, and I think I'll stop there because of time. Pass your wealth to future generations. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you a story. You know, for us at Optiven, we deal with a lot of investors. Last year, one of our investors went to be with the Lord. And it was very painful, even for us as Optiven. But one of the things we discovered, this investor started investing that's like 15 years ago. But we went to the files to check who is the next of kin. The next of kin, the number was not going through, not once, not twice, not 1 month, not 2 months, for 6 months. Kenya, there's a rule, there's a regulation, there is a law that if somebody buys property, all has a bank deposits, all have got assets, and they are not claimed for 12 months, you submit those assets to Unclaimed Assets Authority. So you declare and you submit. So this investor had quite a number of investment, and we did a letter, you know, to hand over this investment to unclaimed assets. By the grace of God, I just shared something on my YouTube on how people don't disclose to the next of kin. And good enough, one of the relatives was on my Facebook and says, hey, George, I think I had a relative who really loved Optiven. I don't know whether this relative had invested. Which name was the relative? And the name was shared. Shock on me was the same customer. Immediately I told the person, please come and see me. Let me tell you, the assets were worth 120 million, 120 million, because the person had invested with about 52 plots with us. And the question that lingered, what happened that this person never disclosed to anyone that there's a huge investment? And I know most of you who are listening to me, I don't want to mention names. I know you have investment that nobody knows. You have bank deposits nobody knows. I know you have things that only you who knows. You know, when I mentor people, I tell people, don't even hide your phone password. Let your children know your password. Let your spouse know your password. And this is what I practice. Me, my password is known by many people. Many people know my passwords, especially family members. What can you do to pass your wealth to the future generation? Let me tell you, find a black book. I'm trying to find a black book here. Find a black book. Find a black book. Find a black book. Jamal, find a black book. Write down all those assets that you're buying. Write, you know, the deposits that you have, the infrastructure bonds that you have committed. Andika pale, andika. You never know. You know, this life is a gift. Nobody knows about tomorrow. Pass your wealth to your future generation. And then once you pass them, you can also write what you want to see in the future when you're not there. The people that you're passing to, also mentor them, train them. What do you want to see? For us at Optiven, we have different businesses, and we mentor people on what we want to see in the future. I think that's a take home. And I know after this discussion, some of you, mutaniandikia, George, what should I do? Because there are also other confusion, especially the spouses. There are some spouses who tell you, please, this is for me. Don't tell anybody else. How you handle it, you may need a lawyer maybe to do a disclosure. Next time we meet, I'll discuss about how to use debt wisely, and I'll tell you the good debt and the bad debt, the good debt and the bad debt. We shall discuss in the next forum that we meet. If you don't meet, you can find me on YouTube, George Washuri YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook, George Washuri Facebook, or you can find me on TikTok. I'm all over social media. I love people. I do mentorship. Those who want to join mentorship, you can talk to Nagilai. Nagilai is the Vice Chancellor for George Washuri School of Mentorship. You only become a philanthropist. Unalipa 2,000, you pay 2,000 to the foundation. George Washuri does not eat a cent. And then you come to this class for 6 months. For 6 months, I mentor you, I train you, you become different. The 4 cohorts I have done, people are creating wealth. People are succeeding because success can be copied. Success can be copied. So just go there, register. You can also go to register on the link, www.georgewashuri.com. Register there for cohort 5. I train you, I mentor you for 6 months for free. Can you imagine? And anybody who passes through George Washuri's hands never remain the same. Whether you're in diaspora, whether you're in Kenya, in cohort 4, 15 people graduated from the US, 8 people graduated from the UK, one person from Scotland. We had 3 Rwandese, we have 2 Ghanaians. So don't be left out. My job is to give out what I have. Why? That is what God expects us to do. So I value you. Once again, thank you for coming. Elijah, asante sana. Optiven team, asanteni sana, and God bless you. And for those who are listening to Optiven for the first time, karibu kwa jamii ya Optiven. We love our people. We have a vision of being the champions of social, economic transformation. We don't work for money. We work for transforming communities. Good to see my good friend, Ronald Onyango. Asante sana for coming, and you're doing an amazing job. Back to James Proti. God bless. I love you. God bless.
Wow, 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 wow. What an amazing inspiration this evening. All Mondays should be like this, you know. Another say Mondays are blue. We will be saying our Mondays are brighter. Our Mondays are better. Thank you, CEO. Thank you, Team Raider. I know there are so many people who want to engage. There are so many questions there, but you know, you can be typing your questions and then we'll be able to read them. I'll request Diana to be registering all the questions. I know they'll be flowing, but very fast, let me share with you what we do in Optiven. And this company, Optiven, was founded 24 years ago by our team leader, our vision bearer, Mr. George Washuri. And the name Optiven stands for 2 words, optimizing ventures. As you can see from the logo, those are 2 words, optimizing ventures. And we have a belief that everything we touch, every person we come across, every partnership we touch has to prosper, has to grow. We don't have a vocabulary in Optiven called failure. We believe in success. We believe in growth. We believe in possibilities becoming possible. That's why we see our slogan is inspiring possibilities. And we have our head office in Nairobi at Absa Towers, the former Barclays Plaza, Loiter Street, 2nd floor and 14th floor. We have our global office in Karen, right next to the Karen police station in our place called the Samani Business Park. We have another office in Nakuru at the Golden Life Mall. We have an office in Mutuapa Mall. And we have another office now in Nanyuki and an office in Nyamila and an office in Kitengera. We call it the Optiven Business Center. And we are expanding. I know we have an office in the USA, and just to mention a few, but you can check us on our website, www.optiven.co.ke. Let me share with you about Optiven Real Estate. And as you have heard from our team leader, you know, the story and the reason why he founded Optiven was because he himself wanted to venture into the real estate business. And yes, you know, Kenya and a number of crooks that were looking on how they can, you know, meet money from him. But as Optiven, after being founded, we said and we committed ourselves to deliver and save Kenyans from missing an opportunity in real estate. And we are known for a number of things, one of them being excellent customer service. We have been serving Kenyans for the last 24 years, and we have seen a great, you know, support from Kenyans in the UK, Kenyans in the USA, Kenyans in Kenya, UAE, you know, Asia, and all across the globe. We are also known for winning a number of awards because of your support. Every time we win an award, we say it's not because of our CEO, it's not because of Nagla, it's not because of Diana Rose, it's because of the support we get from you, people like Jama and the rest. Optiven is also known for delivering the promise by transforming land. And you can be a me witness. Most of you, I know the last week, the last 2 weeks we were in the UK, and we had a chance to engage with a number of you, and we were asking them, why did you buy properties in Kenya and you are never developing? And one of the major challenges that we came across is because many of you buy pieces of land in Kenya, Kamuru, Joska, you know, at the river and other areas, but you never develop. Why? Because the piece of land is bare. There's nothing you can do with that piece of land. And when you're in the UK and you want to venture into, you know, developing this piece of land, you realize that you're missing a lot, including water. You buy a piece of land and there's no water. And when you come back to Kenya and you want to develop, accessing water becomes too expensive. Drilling a borehole is too expensive. I think nowadays the cheapest borehole you can get for a commercial use is allowed 1.2 million. Then another challenge, challenge becomes power. When you want to connect with power, getting connection from Kenya Power becomes, you know, a troublesome. Also, sometimes accessing your property at night becomes also a huge challenge. And as Optiven, we say we have to give Kenyans something, a taste of their money. You know, we have to give you something that you can enjoy. And that's why most of our projects are what we call value-added properties or transform pieces of land, where we buy a big piece of land, let's say 20 acres, 30 acres, then we fence the whole piece of land, we drill a borehole within the property, engage a contractor who does our internal roads, compact and maram roads. Some of them we are even doing an upgrade of cabro, or what you can call them paved roads. Then we contract Kenya Power, who supply us with 3-phase power, and to make them accessible at night. Most of the project in gold level and platinum level, we are installing solar street lighting along these roads. This is to make sure that all Kenyans can be able to access their properties. And we're also known for delivering the promise, where the last time when we were in the UK, we just came so that we can meet Kenyans and deliver title deeds across the UK. We were in Manchester. We went to, you know, to a place called London. We went all the way to Coventry, and we were delivering title deeds. And this has been a challenge to many Kenyans. Many of us buy pieces of land in Kenya, but you cannot be able to produce evidence that you own this piece of land. Why? Because many don't have title deeds. Many are given certificates. You know, some are promised that we will give you title deeds when everyone buys this piece of land. But in Optiven, we do our business in a different way. We buy this piece of land. We transfer the title deed from the owner's name. Let's say the land was owned by Jama. We transfer the title deed from Jama name to Optiven name. Then we engage a surveyor who subdivides the pieces of land into different portions, maybe 50 by 100 or quarter acres or half acres or a whole acre. Then we process individual title deeds for these pieces of land. And then when you buy, we just transfer your portion to your name, making it easier for you to own and have evidence that you own something back in Kenya. We also known for giving back to the community. And thank you so much to the Kenyans in the UK. Last time we were here, we were there in the UK, you gave us so many wheelchairs. I think we did over 60 wheelchairs from different areas, you know, Oxford, Reading, Manchester, Northampton. You were donating wheelchairs to the Optiven Foundation. And the Optiven Foundation is supported by the 5% of our total revenue. All the money we make after doing this land business, after selling the pieces of land, 5% of our money we give back to the society to help in different areas. One of the areas in the Optiven Foundation is education, provision of education for orphans and people who cannot be able, you know, to afford to pay for themselves school fee. Another area we capitalize on is environmental conservation. And that's why you see most of our properties, we are planting thousands and thousands of trees. We're also partnering with different county governments so that we can clean our communities, clean our towns, and also plant trees in our counties. We also target the health sector by provision of wheelchairs and supporting people with challenges in different health sectors, and also in poverty alleviation. And I'll be showing just a few photos of what we do in the foundation. One of them is keeping and going in school. And we have noticed that in most of our arid and sub-arid areas, and also in our slums, most of the young girls are getting pregnant at a very early age. Why? when it's during their monthly period, they cannot afford to buy sanitary towels, and we committed our money to be buying sanitary towels and be able to keep these girls in school. Maybe you can also partner with the foundation by sending maybe £5, £10, and you'll be able to keep a girl in school. Another thing we are doing is through the George Washuri School for Mentorship. I will not talk a lot about this. I think our team leader has really touched on this, and this is how to help other people to grow in business. And when they grow in business, they create more job opportunities for other Kenyans, and then we can reduce the unemployment rate in Kenya. The other thing we are doing is environmental conservation by planting trees, cleaning our cities, and educating people on how to use, recyclable items, and saving the world. Another thing we are doing is mobility that brings a smile, and this is by donating wheelchairs to people with mobility challenges, children born with cerebral palsy, and instead of their parents hiding them, we are donating wheelchairs to these families, and these kids can be able also to move from point A to point B. A wheelchair costs around 15,000. And if you're there in the UK and you want maybe to support, because we have a huge demand, the demand is so huge, we cannot even beat the demand we have. You can always partner with the Optiven Foundation and maybe donate a wheelchair that is like £100, and then God is gonna bless you in a different way. Something we are doing also is also in the poverty alleviation by feeding the people in need. We have a number of children homes, including the massive project in Kayore, whereby we feed these orphans and we keep them in school. And these are children owned by Optiven. And one day you come to Kenya, you can come and visit these kids. In the poverty alleviation also, we are targeting people who have been neglected by the society. We call them the forgotten senior citizens. And we identify different cases in different counties. And this is one of the county we had, the cases we had in Machakos County. Already with our kids who are living in the small house you see there called before, and then we donated a home for them and built this beautiful house for them, and now the family is living there and they're happy. Another one is the Mama Reshaw. I think most of you have seen this story on Ringogi. I'll not talk much about it, but we donated a piece of land in one of our most prime properties in Machakos County and built a house for her, and she is living there. Other than that, in our real estate sector, we have done a number of projects, over 100 successful projects, and we have seen Kenyans buying, building, and some of them making money when they buy and put the land on hold for capital gain. Some of the projects we have categorized them in different levels. We call them the 5 levels of our properties, and I'll just put a small video for you to watch, and then I'll resume with the presentation.
Hi there, my name is George Washuri, and I'm so happy that at Optiven, we are introducing different levels of our properties to ensure that every single Kenyan can be able to afford our properties, can be able to buy property based on the purpose. And at Optiven, we have 5 levels of properties. Level 1, we call it platinum, and platinum is our highest. We buy land, we do stone perimeter wall, we do CCTV, we do cobble roads, we plant trees along these roads, and we do a very beautiful gate. And we also ensure that we have clubhouses in some of these platinum projects. What's more, we put 24/7 security. You come to platinum level projects at Optiven, it has everything, including house designs, and we pipe water on every single plot. The only money you pay is 15,000 for the meter. This is the epic, this is the uppermost level, the platinum level. Level 2, we have a gold level. Gold level, we buy land, we do concrete posts and mesh, we do a beautiful gate, we plant trees along the roads, we compact the roads, we put security 24/7. We also do solar street lighting. We have level 3, we are calling it silver. Silver level, we don't do solar street light. We fence it on mesh, we do the maram roads, we plant trees, we put a gate, we put security, and we reticulate water on every single plot, and the property is ready to build. The price ranges is below 2 million. And then we have what we call the bronze level. This one, we just buy this particular land, we grade it, we do a marking fence, and we sell it. The prices are below 1 million. And finally, we have sapphire level, whereby it's bare land, we sell this to people who want to do land banking. The prices are below 300. Now you know that you can get a property of your choice, depending on your pocket or the purpose.
Thank you so much. So now, those are the levels we have, and we like to classify these levels like that, so that when you buy maybe, let's say, a gold level, you don't expect the platinum kind of development. These are what we do in a platinum level. We have a stone perimeter wall, cabro loans, 24-hour caretaker, street solar street lighting, shopping square, CCTV, power on site, water tower. One of the projects we are doing currently, after finishing the Amandridge in Kiabu, we have a property we are doing a replica of this property. We are doing it in Maridi, and it's called the Joy Lovers in Maridi. And we are selling only half acres, and there's only very few plots. This one is not a mega project in Maridi. We are doing, I think we are remaining with only 20 plots, and we are selling half acre plots there, and one half acre in Marindi town, walking distance to the beach, to the ocean, we are selling at only 14 million, 14 million Kenyan money. But you can always get in touch with us so that we can share more details, the location, and what you expect in the Joy Lovers Club Maridi. That's why we are calling it the Joy Lovers Club, because it's a property for only 35 people. It's not a very big project. We are doing massive value addition, but it's only for 35 listed. The other one we have gold level, and most of the people in the UK, I realized you have really invested in our gold level properties, including Victor Gardens in Kitengela, Garden of Joy of Kagudo Road, and another one we are doing. This project is in Vipingo, and we have another one in Nakuru where we are doing it's a gated community, water pipe to your plots, electricity on the ground, solar street lighting, and trees planted along the roads. And one of them we have already done is the Garden of Joy of Kagudo Road. I know we have some investors there. I can see them in the group. Garden of Joy is off Kagudo Road, and we have done already the gate, the lawns, the trees planting, you know, the power on site, solar street lights, and the project looks amazing. And we have so many Kenyans who are already building there. But currently, we have one in Vipingo, a few minutes drive from Mombasa town, and very few kilometers from Mutwapa town. This is called the Ocean View Ridge Vipingo. And from this project, you are only 4.5 kilometers off the Indian Ocean. So from your land, you can see the Indian Ocean at a distance. And it's only 19 kilometers from Nyari Shopping Center and 12 kilometers from Mutwapa town. Very near the Vipingo Ridge Airport. So for those people who love flying, you can come to Kenya for your holidays, and you fly from Wilson Airport all the way to the Vipingo Ridge Airport and access your property there. And we are near hotels and near the tarmac. This project is amazing, and we are doing massive value additions. We are doing a gate, and we have started to do the internal roads. This is how the design looks like. We have an area where you can see the ocean and an area where you can see the ridges. That is how the design of the map of the project looks like. And we are doing mega development. This property is divided into different portions, where you can buy an eighth of an acre, you can buy a quarter acre, or you can buy half an acre. If you buy an eighth of an acre, which we call in Kenya 50 by 100, you cannot be able to see the ocean, but you can be able to see the ridges. And you can buy it in cash at 1.75, or you can buy a quarter acre where you can't see the ocean, but you can see the ridges at 3.5 million, or you can buy a quarter acre where you can see the ocean at 3.9 million. Same case applies with a half an acre. You can buy half an acre where you can see the ridges and not the ocean at 7 million, but you can also buy half an acre where you can see the ocean at 7.8. Then we have given you a very flexible payment plan. You can pay in 6 months, you can pay in 12 months, or you can pay in 15 months. You just need to make a small deposit, minimum deposit of 400,000. Then the balance you can pay in your monthly installments. This price is inclusive of title deed transfer, making it easier for every Kenyan to own a piece. So you can take a photo of that one, or you can engage us later for us to be able to share with you. Another project we are doing, same concept, gated community, internal loans, power on site, solar street lighting, and tree planting is Ushedi Gardens in Nakuru. And this one we are selling an eighth of an acre at a price of 950,000. Already we have done phase 1, it's fully finished. Right now we are doing phase 2, a few plots remaining, and then we'll be closing this property. So if you're interested to own a piece of Nakuru, the new city in Kenya, you can get at a price of 950. These are the proposed value additions. We are doing solar street light, water tower, water pipe to your plot, beautiful trees, electricity on the ground, compacted malam roads, mesh fence, beautiful entry gate, and a community park. Something I need to clarify, when we say water pipe to your plot, we have water light at the beacon or the entry of your plot, but for you to get water into your plot, you need just to connect a water meter. We can provide you with a water meter and at a charge of only 15,000 currently, but we usually work with the provision and the supply of the water meters. This is where the project is, and we are along the Nakuru Eldoret Highway, 1.2 kilometers of the highway in a place called Sobea or ex-Margaret. And we already started our validations. We have done the loans, we have done the beacons, and currently our team is on the ground improving this project to look exactly like the Garden of Joy. The last one I want to show you, this is our last project we are doing. This is a silver level, and we have borehole water and water reticulate to your plot. We have an elevated tank, we have water, malam rows, we have already done the malam rows. We have the fence. In fact, in this one, we need to change. We have done electrical fence all around the project. This is a mega project. I love this project. It's in a place called Nanyuki, the Great Oasis Nanyuki. And here we are selling 50 by 100 at only 399,000. But you can buy as big as you want. That's why we call it bigger is better. You can buy an eighth, you can buy a quarter acre, you can buy half an acre, you can buy 1 acre. And this property is right next to the Arpajeta Conservancy, and it's only 12 minutes from Nanyuki town. This one is an investment opportunity for people looking for holiday homes, camping sites, hotels, and any other kind of a development you want to own. We have already a caretaker house in the ground. And that is how the project looks like. We have already done the loans. That is the fencing we have done, electrical fence. You see, and it's along the Nanyuki Rumuruti Road. The trees you see there with the few houses, that is where we have the Arpajeta Conservancy, and the bare land on the other side, that is the Great Oasis, where you can own a piece. And we have already done the borehole. People are going there for site visits every day from Nanyuki, but from Nairobi we go every Saturday. Right now we are on phase 7, the last phase, and we are adjacent to the Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. And you can do a number of investment in this area. You can do a kayak, you can do Airbnbs, you can do grocery stores, you can do rentals, you can do, a classic hotel, you can do, warehouse, and target the people who are moving their goods from Nairobi, maybe to Isiolo, Lumuruti, Nanyuki town, and other areas. You can do a camping site as you wait on, to start construction because of the high number of youths going over to Nanyuki every weekend. You can do camping ponds, and those are just a few ideas of what you can do in Nanyuki. And I don't want to take more time because bronze level is sold out and sapphire level is sold out. But we have different payment options for our Kenyans in the diaspora and also in Kenya. You can do bank financing. That is where we provide you the documentation, and then your bank, where you deposit your money, they can finance you up to 70%. You can do installments where you pay a deposit, and the balance you can pay with monthly installments. If you can afford to pay on a weekly basis, we also allow that. You can do check-off. If you're paid by a company or an organization in Kenya, we can just write a letter to your HR, and your monthly payment, you just get a number of coins deposited to Optiven account. You can do cash in case you have some cash. You can just buy in cash, and we start processing the title deed for you. You can also do SACCO financing. If you're a member of a SACCO, then we can write them a letter, an offer letter, and a sales agreement, and they can finance you. That is Optiven for you. If you're there, kindly, we'll share our numbers. Send us a representative in Kenya, someone you trust, and don't send us a social to come all the way from, Kirinyaga and want to be taken to Nakuru. No, send us someone you trust, someone who is very flexible. Or else you can wait and come to Kenya, and we'll be able to say, take you for a site visit. We can offer you ideas on bank financing. We allow you to do due diligence for free. We don't charge you for this. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube. We do our updates on a daily basis. And you can also engage our past clients, like Inajama and the rest. And you can always watch our 24 years growth and testimonials. Our numbers are there. That is Diana's number and my number. You can always engage Diana. She is always online 24/7, +254 705 147 583. That is Diana's number. And Diana is the manager in charge of UK and Europe. She is the lady you'll be engaging. Also, my number is there, +254 708 459 336. We are always there to listen to you and engage. And now I will open the floor for questions and answers, Q&A. If they are there, maybe I'll request Diana to come and share what is there, and maybe our CEO can take a few minutes, 3 or 4, to answer all the questions, and then we can close it. Thank you so much for your patience. Diana, back to you.
Thank you so much, James, for that well-explained presentation and showing about what to do.
We are losing you, Diana. Hello, Diana, we can't hear you.
Projects that we are currently having. One thing I always say, everything at Optiven. You can hear me now?
Yes,
you can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Hello? Okay, I'm very sorry about that. I was saying, at Optiven, you know, we have very, very beautiful projects for our clients, and sometimes it can be confusing what to choose, but we're always here to assist you to get to choose what suits you. And from the chat, I can see most of you are thanking our team leader for the great nuggets he has shared this evening. Thank you so much, our CEO, for the great nuggets. And it's definitely a very good way to start our week, even if we are ending our Monday, but it's a very good way to start our week, to start our week. And the question I've seen is Jama. You had asked whether does Optiven allow mosque or madarasa on Optiven's project. I think I'd leave this to our CEO to answer that.
I've already commented on the platform. Actually, I've answered most of the questions on the platform. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. And I don't know whether do we have any other person with a question? Okay, if we don't have any other question or comment, I think we can close this meeting with a word of prayer. And yes, we can close our eyes and pray. Dear Lord, we come before you this beautiful evening, thanking you, God, for the care and protection that you've given us the whole of this day. And thank you for this great session that we just had. And as we retire to sleep, and as we look forward to see tomorrow, we ask you, God, to continue being with us, protecting us, and help us to make the best decisions that will help us in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana for joining. It was amazing.
Thank you.